Weanling sales next on the radar for the team here at NZB. James Jennings joins me again. Firstly, James, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Pleasure having you over here in New Zealand again.
Beautiful day here in downtown Auckland. The catalogue has gone online yesterday, but the sale will be the 25th of May. It'll come around very, very quickly, but it's becoming an extremely popular sale, the weanling sale here, especially for the Standardbreds.
Yeah, it is. It's a bespoke weanling sale these days. When we first took over, there was an all-aged sale, so we covered off all the horses, but as time's gone by, we've really focused in on the weanlings, presenting a quality crop of weanlings, which gives the opportunity for those horses then to go forward. People may pinhook them, or predominantly take them on to be racing. You know, we've seen horses like Sinbad come out of the weanling sales, so we know there's good horses that come out of this sale.
There's plenty of winners come out of it and plenty of pinhookers come out of it, and that's one of the exciting parts, and it's one of the things thoroughbreds, you wear a couple of hats. The thoroughbreds do so well. The standardbreds, we don't turn that dollar around a lot, and the idea of pinhooking sometimes has a dirty word to it, but it's actually a business model that a lot of people can take if you've got the right eye and the right, I suppose, attributes of being able to pick a weanling that might go on to be a nice yearling to sell back here in 12 months' time.
Yeah, I think the weanling sale does have quality about it. It's not a cull sale. And that's because our two biggest operators, Alabar and Woodlands, have large foal crops. Alabar have always focused their qualities into the weanling sales because they see that as a good position to put the horses in. So the quality's there, the type's there. Cam and I have been out over the last 2 days looking at them, and we're very pleased with where we're at with those horses. And now, when you see that the sale has an average of 14,000 and you're going into a yearling sale which is averaging 50,000, there is the opportunity to turn a horse around and make a profit on the way through for that 8 to 10 months to turn them around.
And they don't have to be just pinhookers. Like you said, there's Sinbad, and there's been plenty of great graduates come out of it. That's the other exciting part. They are selling quality stock.
Yeah, very much so, and that's the idea. And also for the freshman size, with the change of calendar, we were talking about it yesterday and we were talking from the get-go, we sell in February and the new season starts in January, and if you've got a freshman sire, you don't get any runs on the board before the sales, which is, traditionally we would have had some nice 2-year-old runners out of those horses, by those horses, and we would have seen some results on the board. So when you have that situation, that's where the weanling sale really comes in. You present some very nice types by those freshman sires particularly, and that gets the word out, and that's a great bit of marketing as well. One
of the things, I suppose, for the guys at NZB and harness racing in New Zealand, full stop, there was no Lazaruses sold this year through the NZB sale, through the yearling sales, but you've got, I think, 18 going through this year, which is super exciting because champion racehorse. But I mean, from a New Zealand harness racing point of view, he was just a champion horse that put New Zealand on the map, really.
Oh, he's an absolute superstar. We've loved everything about him, and to have 18 Lazaruses in the sales, as Graham Henley will say, Graham, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. The largest crop of Lazarus ever to come to sale.
He actually said the same thing to me, and he's super excited, and he showed a couple off to me too, and we want people to be able to see them. I was fortunate just to see only a handful of the horses. There's some lovely types already that I have seen, but I only saw a couple, Woodlands, and probably the same amount at Alabar, but what I did see was just beautiful.
Yeah, we're really happy with the quality, and you particularly got to look at the horses on their type for age. We're looking at horses that are born on the 1st of September to the horses that are born on the 1st of January, and you can't weigh those up as apples. So you look at their type and you look at their frame and obviously their conformation as well, and overall very pleased with what we're seeing.
Makar Lodge, they're joining this year, which is going to be exciting. Bringing, I don't know how many they're bringing, I'm going to throw you under the bus, but I think it's about 14 down from down south.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having Brent Sheree and the team from Makar Lodge up, and we'll get them up here, and they're having the opportunity to present the horses at Karaka, and we think that it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for them to, once again, another large operation. They have a large foal crop, and hopefully this gives them another arrow in their quiver for their operations. Oh,
and I think it gives a little bit more intrigue, if you like, to the weanling sales. You traditionally have Alabar and Woodlands, and you have a handful of smaller people that bring the odd horse in, but you also got, where are you going to today? I've forgotten the name. I know it starts with T. I can't get the rest of it out.
We're off to Tardina Stud, which is the property course of Tony and Parker, and of course our condolences to the Parker family with the Doyen Tony passing away just recently, so they're taking a bit of a re-evaluation on their stock and their numbers, but they're staying in the game. I think they had 25 mares due to foal, so it's wonderful with Fane and Anne carrying on with Tardina, and we're just looking forward to offering their half a dozen weanlings that they're putting through the sale.
So they've got 6 as well. So all up, how many are we selling?
123 lots have been catalogued. You know, we've got over 50 colts there as well, and a good sprinkling of fillies as well. 22 sires represented across the board. So I think there's, as we like to say, there's a horse for everyone.
The one thing I will say from an Australian point of view too, I do know that there's definitely 2 American Ideal fillies, because I was at Woodlands yesterday, and I think 7 lather ups that are Vic bred eligible as well, which is an important thing for you guys when we say about the pinhooking and attracting a different audience as well. I'm not sure about Alabar what they had, but make sure you check out the catalogue and check out their futurities and what these horses are actually eligible for.
Yeah, exactly. The stakes engagements is a big part of it, as we know. That's what gives our owners the incentives to go to the races, to have that opportunity. So, they stake all the horses, and we wish them the best of luck when they get into the races.
Start mentioning some of those sires. You've got them written down there, and we said there before about Lazarus and that. But yeah, we say American Ideal, Art Major, Bettor's Delight, Bettor's Wish. They'll be the first of the Bettor's Wish being offered up down here in the Southern Hemisphere as well. Huge opportunities for people there with some stock that make it. You've got Majestic Sons, you've got the Trotters, you've got What the Hill. I think they're great Cambrai. I think he owns a small share in a horse that won yesterday by What the Hill. So he's up and about. He'll be selling the What the Hills that hard. It won't be funny. But I mean, there is a great sprinkling of everything, Trotters and Pacers, and something. They say something for everyone, but there is something for everyone in this weanling sale, and you've got to be able to find the diamond in the rough, I suppose, sometimes.
Yeah, you do. And my father used to love weanling sales, because what you see is what you get. So that's where I think your eye comes into it again. And but once again, you're just looking at these young horses. They've just got to have a nice frame to them, a little bit of width, some stance, a bit of presence, and I'm sure that's enough for you to put your hand up.
James, go to nzb.co.nz. You can go to the 2 major vendors as well. I think they're putting photos and videos up as well. Go to both their own websites. I think it's just alabar.co.nz and woodlands.co.nz to check all those out. But to get in touch with you guys about these horses, as you said yourself and James, well, by the end of today you will have seen 100% of the draft. Or no, you wouldn't have, because you haven't seen Macca, but you'll be seen most of them. So they get in touch with you guys to find out a bit more about some of these weanlings. Yeah,
they do, and we really encourage the buyers to make sure you hear it the day before. There isn't any formal parades of the weanlings, but there is going to be stable parades, which are going to be. We'll release a schedule on that, and that's where the horses will be presented at the stables by the vendors in draft order. So that's a good opportunity for you to come and have a look at chance and have a look at everything. And I think you need to have a look at everything. It's one of those sales that you necessarily might walk around with the catalogue behind your back and see something and go, oh, what's that? Because this is the type that's going to catch your eye, as well as the pedigree, of course. So this is the opportunity to come down, make sure you're here the day before, and have a good chance to get around and do your pre-sale inspections.
I think that's the most important part. It's one thing I love about it. It is a sale, and it is fair income. And look, I don't put my hand up when I come here, but the feel and the vibe of people that come to it is brilliant. And I think if you're a young person wanting to get into the game and want to try and understand, you go to the yearling sales and get blown out of the water, come here to the weanling sales. You still might not be able to buy a horse this year, you might not have the space or whatever, but you can start talking to like-minded people. You get guidance from some of the smartest people in harness racing as well. It's a great learning curve here as well as that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the beauty of our industry, is that ultimately when you look at ourselves, we're all walking in the same direction. We're all trying to achieve the same goals, and that's where you will find some of the most helpful people in our industry. They want people to succeed. Everybody succeeds, then we all get a bite of the pie. So we want to promote and encourage success.
Absolutely, that's what I'm all about. Just very quickly, I'm going to throw you under the bus on this one. Macca Lodge, they're coming down early, because a lot of people won't be able to get down south. I'm actually going to I'm going to be there. I'm going to catch up with them later this week coming, so that'll go out at some stage. But when they're arriving here, how much earlier are they arriving, so if people want to come out and inspect them prior to sale days or the day before?
Yeah, well, it's a big trip up. I think it's going to take about 3 days to get here, which is an incredible effort, and we're so appreciative of them to do them. But in the same vein, we're giving them the opportunity to get here nice and early. We've got 14 paddocks down the back. We were lucky with this property, so they'll give the horses a good day to just settle in and recover and let down, then bring them into their boxes. So I'm anticipating we may see Brenton Cherie and the team here on the Monday. You've also got the Cook Strait ferry crossing as well, which can be a bit touch and go. So they've given themselves about a 3-day window to make sure that they can get across the Cook Strait and get those horses up here, give them the chance to settle in, recover from their trip, and then they'll be presenting the horses. I'd say that they'll be able to present those horses on the Tuesday if they've arrived here nice and early.
Tuesday, Wednesday at the worst, especially if you're poor for time on the Thursday. James, as always, thank you. Thanks for your great hospitality. I love it. Love the little stories that you tell behind the scenes. Sometimes I just got to leave the microphone on you. I think it's more fun sometimes that way, but it'll be fine. But as always, thank you for your hospitality. Don't forget to go to nzb.co.nz. 25th of May is the weanling sale. 123 lots going under the hammer. And I encourage anyone that's watching this, thinking about coming, get on a plane and come across. Stay at the Hilton here. It's a beautiful place just to stay and be, but it's just a great occasion. I think you guys do it really, really well, and it's just something I think most people should at least appreciate once.
Oh, 100%, and this is what we do, this is what gets us excited. We're off to Tardena this morning and off to the race this evening, so it's going to be a good day, mate.
Thank you very much, James.
Cheers.